hope you're well. Good morning, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. I want to take this opportunity to most sincerely thank you, especially for those that follow us, those that have been following my videos and watching them. I don't take it for granted. I sincerely thank you. And part of the feedback that I received is not everyone understands the Kikuyu language, and most of the videos that I've been doing, of course, I've been doing in the Kikuyu language. And a number of my followers requested if I could do a video in Kiswahili, which I already did, and still others requested if I could do a video in English, and that's why I'm doing one this evening to be able to make sure that each and every follower in this particular forum is satisfied. I must say that God has laid a burden in my heart to be able to be talking about blessed marriages. And this evening, I would want to deviate a bit and be able to speak specifically to our young people. The marriage concept has been so devalued that it has almost lost its original value. And before I go very far, I want us to be guided by a verse in the Bible, in the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse number 4. The Bible says marriage should be honored by all. So we are coming from that background, that marriage should be honored by all. I have seen instances whereby people walk so casually into marriage relationships. And depending on how easy you walk into a marriage relationship, it also makes it very easy to be able to walk away from that marriage institution. And when you talk about marriage being honored by, what do we mean? Marriage is not just a private agreement between two people. It is a sacred institution established by God and worthy of respect from everyone. Honoring marriage means valuing faithfulness, purity, commitment, and protecting the dignity of the union. When we honor marriage, we honor God. I've watched with a lot of pain, seeing that, and young people, do not start throwing stones at me. I'm just sharing this to be for us to be able to learn from it. You find our young people go out on Friday, maybe go to a club. When you go to a club, then you meet with someone, and before Saturday morning, you're already intimate with them. Let me tell you, sex is not the doorway to marriage. Any marriage built on the foundation of sex won't last. I know I'm messing up with many of you. Many of you young people, I may be messing up with you, but please bear with me. I'm only going to take a few minutes to try and explain why, and then of course you can make your own judgment. Sex is not the doorway to marriage. It's not the foundation of marriage. Sex should be enjoyed within the confines of marriage. Earlier on, which seems outdated, what you used to do, you as a young man, you found a young girl and you've been trusting God for a girl that you can have a long-term relationship, that you can eventually get married to. So what you will do, of course, once you decide this is a girl that I'm going to marry, and you commit it to God, you've prayed, you're confirmed, that is what you want to do, then the next step was to inform your parents. Inform your parents and introduce the girl to your parents. And then the girl informs her parents and she introduces you to her parents. And of course, for those of us in a church setup, those of us that are born again, then of course you also inform the pastor so that the pastor can start working with you. Now, after you do that, the next step is, of course, the young man's family to go and pay dowry to the young lady's family, depending on how they do it in their families. Once you do that, the next step, of course, you'll be allowed to go and do to be allowed to go ahead and do a wedding. Now, once you do the wedding, the next thing is, of course, honeymoon, and you consummate the relationship. Then you are free to go and live your own life, and of course, you start bearing children in an environment of purity. It may sound very laborious. It may sound very lengthy, but that's the right thing to do. If today you walk into a relationship on a Friday evening, by Saturday morning you're already intimate with someone, and then it becomes the basis upon which you get married. Another person goes through that process of courting for 6 months, for 1 year, introducing your fiancé to your parents, and them introducing you to their parents, and then paying the dowry and going through the process of even doing the wedding. The person who walks into the relationship casually on Friday evening they were single, by Saturday morning they are already married. And this other person who takes a whole process of 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, who is likely to walk out of that relationship easily. It is this other person who met on Friday and by Saturday morning they were married, who was the witness in that relationship. In this other one, which takes longer and may look laborious, there are so many witnesses. The parents are witnesses and they have blessed that relationship. The pastor is a witness and has blessed that relationship. And eventually, a wedding is officiated in a church. So they have the blessing not just of the parents, but of the church as well. So this other relationship is likely to last longer because it's built on the light foundation. But the one that is built on the foundation of sex, unfortunately, may not last long. So it may not be very good news, and you may want to throw stones at me. But our young people, let's do the right things. Let's do the right thing. Like I said, according to Hebrews 13, Hebrews chapter 13 and verse number 4, marriage should be honored by all. Marriage should be honored by all. I've engaged a few young people, and sometimes they tell me wedding is very expensive. It doesn't have to be. I've seen instances after going through the process, of course, of getting the parental blessing, talking to your pastor, and also going through the premarital crisis so that you're prepared for that engagement and relationship that you are getting into. I've seen weddings being officiated from the pastor's office, in between the service, after the service, and you don't even have to have any reception after that. So you can make a wedding as cheap as you want it to be, and you can make it as expensive as you want it to be. But would you spend a fortune for one day? Whereas the wedding only lasts for a day, but a marriage lasts you for a lifetime. My young people, please, let us do the right thing. Because if you do the right thing, there'll be no regrets. And the relationship in a marriage is likely to last longer. So, once again, this is Philip Mwangi talking about blessed marriage. And one of the way to walk into a blessed marriage is by doing the right thing. Seek parental blessing, seek spiritual blessing from the church, get into a marriage through a wedding, not through a casual sex encounter. My young people, I'm praying for you. I have used my thoughts, and I want to believe that there is hope for the marriage institution. But let us do the right thing by honoring the institution of marriage. Until next time, my name is Philip, and I bring you the series Blessed Marriage. Thank you so much.